Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Pastor Mike from Emmanuel Lutheran Church. Today is Saturday, March 28th, and it is a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm sitting on my back deck, and I invite you to spend a little time of devotion with me. These are precarious times. Indeed, they can produce a lot of anxiety. People can't go to work. They can't do what they need to do. They can't do what they want to do. We're called to be isolated from one another, insulated, protected, and that just brings a lot of anxiety. It makes me a little anxious. I can't seem to get all the things done that I want to do, I need to do. But at the same time, it allows me to do some other things that I generally don't have the time to do. And for that, I'm extremely grateful. It's allowed me perhaps to come a little bit more centered. The frenetic pace of the world in which we live, just going and going and going and doing and doing and doing, sometimes just has to stop. In the words of the psalmist, be still and know that I am God. You know, sometimes I think we take on God's responsibility. We think we can save the world. We want to do this and we want to do that. And sometimes we just need to stop and smell the roses, stop and be reminded of God's beautiful creation. Yesterday, I spent the majority of the day building an elevated raised bed so we could plant some garden vegetables, because the voles in our neighborhood are so bad. They just eat the roots of everything and everything dies. So just to slow down and find ourselves at peace in the midst of these crazy times. That's not to say that we shouldn't be concerned, that we shouldn't bring our concerns to God, but that we have to remember that God is God. The words of the psalm for this Sunday, it comes from Psalm 130. I'd like to share it with you this morning as we join together. Hear these words in the context of our days. Out of the depths I cry to you, O Lord. Lord, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to the voice of my supplications. If you, O Lord, should mark iniquities, Lord, who could stand? But there is forgiveness with you, so that you may be revered. I wait for the Lord. My soul waits. My soul waits for the Lord more than those who watch for the morning, more than those who watch for the morning. O Israel, hope in the Lord. For with the Lord there is steadfast love, and with him is great power to redeem. It is he who redeems Israel from all its iniquities. The word of God for the people of God. Thanks be to God. These words remind us that God does hear our voices, that God does not hold our brokenness, our sinfulness against us, but that we can, and in relationship to him, do hear these words of hope and promise that these days will not last forever. So in these quiet moments, in these times of reflection, We ask God to truly be present with us, to appreciate the gifts that we have behind me. A beautiful morning, the chirping birds, time with our family, and know that God is with us. God's peace. Be well. Stay safe.